Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good morning and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa, home of the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Laura Leonard, I'm Larry Morgan, and in just a moment we'll have the first of the 4A quarterfinal matchups between the Glenwood Rams and the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Laura, two teams that are certainly familiar with the state tournament based on their recent visits.
Yeah, both of these teams have made the trek to Wells Fargo. They have that experience, which helps when you are on this bigger floor. You know what to expect, and the first time maybe is a little scary, but these two teams have been here a fair amount, and so they know what to expect.
For Glenwood, it's their fourth trip in a row, and for Dallas Center Grimes, it's their third trip in a row, and they've been in the semifinals the last 2 years.
And a heartbreaker for Dallas Center Grimes a year ago in a triple overtime loss, and looking to get beyond the semifinals and into that championship game.
Let's check out our road to state.
Well, and you can see that Glenwood, they had to get by Pella, ranked number 8, and so they had a big game in that regional championship. They're led by Jenna Hopp, and then Dallas Center Grimes had to play a couple of games to get here, defeated Humboldt to reach state, and Emma Miner and Vanessa Bickford are the two players to watch for them.
Hop and Miner, two players headed to continue their college basketball on the Division I level.
Yeah, both of those players, you're going to see their skill level displayed here today, and they're going to be fun to watch, and they're going to have great college careers.
When we come back, we'll dive deeper into today's game with our Seeds for Success, presented by Kruger Seeds. Plus, we'll have your starting lineups as we get set for tip-off. You're watching the 2023 Girls State Basketball Tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Larry Morgan and Laura Leonard courtside at Wells Fargo Arena for the first of the 4A quarterfinals between Dallas Center Grimes, the top seed, and the 8th seed, the Glenwood Rams. And Laura, let's take a look at our seeds for success.
Well, what Dallas Center Grimes needs to do, they want to push the ball. They want to play up-tempo, and they want to get up and down the floor as much and as quickly as they can, score a lot of points. And they're going to look to create mismatches, see if they can get those players in the post on smaller players and take advantage of that. And then Glenwood, they need to make good choices on offense. Look for those high-percentage shots. Don't rush things, but make sure you're getting the best possible look and then dictate the pace. They know that Dallas Center Grimes wants to run, so they're going to have to try to dictate it, not run with them.
And Dallas Center Grimes may see some defenses they have not faced all year.
Yeah, they're going to see a lot of different things. When we had a chance to talk to Coach Rasmussen, he said, it's a work in progress, our defense. We may throw them some zone, we may throw them some man, we may junk it up a little bit. We may see a box and one, we may see a triangle and two.
Today's Seeds for Success brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. Learn more at krugersfeed.com. So a matchup between number 1 and number 8. Earlier in this tournament, in the 3A semifinals, we had a number 8 upset a number 1 seed when Vinton Schellsburg turned back the top seed, Esterville.
Yeah, and that was a big surprise because Esterville, obviously the number 1 seed, everybody, I think, in that class thought that they were certainly going to be the ones that they were going to see in the championship game, but Vinton Schellsburg had other ideas.
We'll take our final break before tip-off, and when we come back, we'll have your team introductions and starting lineups for this tournament matchup. You're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Dallas Center Grimes, the top seed, comes in with a 9-game winning streak and a record of 20-3. They're the Little Hawkeye Conference champions. And the Glenwood Rams come in with a record of 16-8. They have won their last 4, and they are tied for first in the Hawkeye 10 Conference. And now let's go to our public address announcer for introductions.
Rams and the home team, the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Thank you. At this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Glenwood High School and Dallas Center Grimes High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Claire Pellet of Atlantic High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. First of all, from Glenwood High School, Bruce Schneck. And from Dallas Center Grimes High School, Will Ogendick. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, coaches, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's 4A quarterfinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters for the Glenwood Rams. Number 2, Kaylin Book. Number 4, Molly Williams. Number 5, Lydia Foose. Number 12, Lauren Stanislav. Number 14, McKenna Kohler. Number 23, Ilsa Kemling. Number 32, Carly Llewellyn. Number 34, Maggie Smith. And number 35, Carissa Groom. Your assistant coaches, Brian Diekman and Holly Schneider. And now let's meet the non-starters for the home team from Dallas Center Grimes. Number 2, Kenna Knief. Number 4, Neela Williamson. Number 10, Olivia Curtis. Number 14, Jenna Morrison. Number 22, Kayla Rice. Number 23, Sophia Baumann. Number 30, Sydney Miller. Number 32, Kylie Lahaz. Number 34, Olivia Houston. Number 42, Sydney Meintz. Your assistant coaches, Judy Nisley, Rich Cluster, Jalen Raymond, and Jacob Heineman. And now, here are your starters for this 4A quarterfinal. For Glenwood at guard, a senior number 3, Jenna Hopp. For Dallas Center Grimes at guard, a junior number 12, Vanessa Bickford. For the Rams at forward, a junior number 13, Lauren Hughes. For the Mustangs at forward, a junior number 20, Aubrey Johansson. For Glenwood at guard, a junior number 21, Nyla Nanfito. For Dallas Center Grimes at guard, a senior number 24, Finley Fitzgerald. For the Rams at guard, a junior number 22, Danica Arnold. For the Mustangs at forward, a junior number 44, Josie Lampy. And for Glenwood at guard, a senior number 25, Kate Hughes. For Dallas Center Grimes at forward, a senior number 50, Emma Miner. Head coach for Glenwood, Brian Rasmussen. For Dallas Center Grimes, Adam Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, I will introduce to you your officials for today's 4A quarterfinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Jeff Horst, Mark Gassman, Ray Wilden. All right, who's ready to play state tournament basketball?
And before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across the state of Iowa, and we'd like to thank the offices listed on your screen for their support of the two teams playing in the game today. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girls. Dallas Center Grimes in white, trimmed in red, and the Glenwood Rams in their black uniforms trimmed in gold, and we are set for action in this first of the 4A quarterfinals. And it is the Glenwood Rams with the opening tap. Kate Hughes controls it.
Getting a chance to look at a zone right now and seeing how they're going to try to get some cutters inside to get some good looks.
Hughes goes baseline, puts up a shot. The offensive rebound grabbed by Jenna Hopp, and we have an early tie ball, and it goes up into the offensive possession of the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs. Dallas Center Grimes, the top seed under 8th-year head coach Adam Jones, making their 3rd consecutive state tournament appearance.
And they're going to take it one game at a time, but they're hoping if they get to that semifinal game, that they can break through. They've been defeated the last 2 years in trying to get to the championship game.
An open look in the corner by Fitzgerald won't fall. The offensive rebound is put through. Good position by Vanessa Bickford to get the basket.
Bickford doing a great job of getting that position on the inside, and that's something we saw it yesterday. Offensive rebounds were keys to victories for most teams.
Nanfito gets the ball outside to Kate Hughes, and inside a 3-second violation is whistled against the Glenwood Rams, and it's Dallas Center Grimes basketball on the turnover.
And that's what that zone has done. Glenwood is taking some time to try to figure it out. Where are the gaps in that zone, and what do they need to do? You can't stand around, and they got caught standing.
Fitzgerald brings it to the outside. Nice bounce pass underneath. Almost a nice bounce pass, but intercepted by Hop. Hop with the lead feed to Hughes, and Hughes has it roll off. And the rebound is grabbed by Dallas Center Grimes. Coming up with it is Emma Miner. A feed on the post. Miner tries to drive, gets fouled on the way in.
You can see the passing of Dallas Center Grimes is precision. I mean, they know how to cut. They know where to look to drop those passes. And it's constant motion on offense for Dallas Center Grimes.
Danica Arnold gets the foul. Emma Miner headed for St. Thomas to play basketball next year. And it's Finley Fitzgerald who steps outside the three-point line and knocks down her 28th three of the season.
She's a player that can do it on both ends. Defensively, she is so tough and so aggressive, but you get her open on the outside, she will knock them down.
Lauren Hughes fires the three and misses. She and Kate Hughes both in the starting lineups. Not sisters, but cousins. On top it is Lampy, and she drills a three. And it's a quick start for Dallas Center Grimes, and it's a quick timeout for the Glenwood Rams as the top-seeded Mustangs have scored the first 8 points in the ball game.
Well, you don't want it to go any further than that. I mean, you just want to get it stopped. You want to get it slowed down, especially right away here in this first quarter. You don't want to be digging yourself out of that hole the rest of the ball game.
It's so true for 8th-seeded teams against top-seeded teams, too. The tendency is to get the big eyes and get concerned too early.
Yeah, and they need to settle down, and sometimes you get that timeout quickly. That settles the team down. You've run up and down the floor a couple of different times. Nerves are there. Now you have the timeout. Can kind of shake it out and settle in and see what happens. And they need to figure out a way to break through this defense here of the Mustangs.
So the Hughes cousins will bring it up for Glenwood. Number 13, Lauren Hughes, inbounding to number 25, Kate Hughes. Kate Hughes considered really the glue of this ball club. She's the one who keeps the locker room light. In the lane, the ball batted away, and the officials confer, and they decide it will be a tie ball. This time it'll stay in the Rams' end.
You know, you always have to have someone on your team like that, the one that, it does get serious at times and everybody gets intense, but you have to have that player that will kind of break the mood and lighten the mood for you, and she is the one that will do that.
On the wing, the shot won't go by Nanfito, and the rebound is taken by Jenna Hopp, who averages 12 rebounds a game and 24 points a game, so she easily averages a double-double.
She does a really nice job. She's tall, she's got that big upper body, can go strong to the glass. That's where she can do a lot of damage, as we just saw right there. Gets the offensive board, powers it back up off the glass.
Well, she proved exactly what you were saying as you were saying it. 8-2 in favor of Dallas Center Grimes. Fitzgerald loses the basketball and is picked up by Hop. Hop number 4 in the state in scoring with those 24 points a ball game. Skip passing and moving the ball side to side against the zone are the Glenwood Rams. They'll take some time at the top. Kate Hughes with it. Remember, this is the first state tournament with a shot clock. Shot clock is now down at 10. Hughes swings it to an open Arnold, and Arnold misfires from 3, and the rebound is cleared with a strong rebound by Vanessa Bickford.
Just watching that whole defensive sequence, they're in a box and one. They're face guarding Jenna Hopp. Aubrey Johansson is getting that assignment.
Down the lane, trying to score is Lampy. Can't do it, but an offensive rebound, and Fitzgerald will take it to the paint. The 3 try is short by Lampy. Lauren Hughes leads the break for the Rams. Trying to get free on the baseline is Hop. Hop draws traffic, and Hop gets fouled.
They're going to try to get the ball in her hands as much as possible, and Johansson lost sight of her as she was getting back in defensive transition. That gave Hop the opening to drive the baseline.
First sub of the ball game, Kayla Rice comes in, as does Sydney Miller. And subs today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Long feet outside to Hop, and Hop travels.
A little, pardon the pun, hop for Hop. And she did. That's exactly what she did. And a lot of shooters do that. They give that pump fake, just lift both feet off the ground enough before they get going on the drive.
And the pump fake is so effective that a lot of coaches don't understand why their players don't use it more.
I don't understand why players don't use it more. It is so effective, especially when you get inside or if you have somebody guarding you right in your face. You can give that pump fake, get them out of position, and you can get around them.
Finley Fitzgerald on the score for Dallas Center Grimes as they open an 8-point advantage once again. Nanfito on the wing. This is Hughes pumping a three ball and knocking it down. Lauren Hughes with her 32nd three this season. Fitzgerald trying to get around the defense of Hughes. The shovel in the middle and the shot put up that won't go down by Sydney Miller.
Yep, Glenwood's making them rush a little bit. They're playing their offense. They're moving like they want to, but they're starting to rush a few things.
Got down early by 8, now down by 5 with a chance to cut the margin. Outside, it's Kate Hughes. This is Nanfito for 3. And the rebound is cleared by Miner, who pulls down about 6 rebounds a game. That's number 1 for DCG. Off the baseline, the shot won't go, but a foul called.
Really good defense by Lauren Hughes. She got down into the block area, went straight up and down, didn't foul, but they get a foul off of the offensive rebound.
Just the second foul called against the Rams here in this first quarter. On the inbounds play, a very effective inbounds play, gets the Rams a pair from Fitzgerald, and she's off to a big start. 7 of the first 12 Dallas Center Grimes points scored by Finley Fitzgerald. Inside, the ball fumbled by Arnold, and on the turnover, it's picked up by Miner.
Now they had overloaded the side, and Arnold just didn't look that ball all the way into her hands.
Fitzgerald misfiring on the three that goes out of bounds, and the ball goes back to the Glenwood Rams. Aubrey Johansson, a starter, comes back onto the floor for Dallas Center Grimes, as does Josie Lampy. Subs today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Check them out at IMTINS.com. Dallas Center Grimes with the first 8 points in the ball game. And Glenwood now down by 7. The drive and a nice bank with the left hand by Danica Arnold.
Well, the lefty went to her left. That's her strong side, and took it right into the middle off the glass.
Johansson with a penetration, the kick outside, and the shot is short by Kayla Rice, who is a good three-point shooter. Minute and a half left to play in the first quarter. Lob comes inside to Arnold. She kicks it back out. Kate Hughes with a three. Her first points of the ball game. And with that, a timeout's going to be taken by Dallas Center Grimes. They've seen their 8-point lead shaved to a pair. We're going to keep it right here.
Yeah, and after that timeout, we talked about it. They got that early timeout, settled in, been patient on offense. They see that they're face guarding. They're going box and one on Jenna Hop, so the others are stepping up. Hop, when she lets go of the ball and passes it to a teammate, she's probably not going to get it back. She's been putting herself into rebounding position. That's helped them. Dallas Center Grimes now needs to maybe slow the pace down a little bit, get back, and be a little more consistent on the offensive side.
So the Rams on an 8-2 run, and it's what we talked about, how the 8th seeds sometimes have to overcome that initial thrust by the 1 seed, and they've done it.
They have, and now you just put that all aside, and now you just play it the rest of the way out to the final buzzer. So now you know you're in a ball game, and it's not the number 1 seed. You're not the number 8 seed anymore. We're just playing basketball.
Nanfito providing some backcourt pressure as Vanessa Pickford brings it up. Johansson has the ball slapped away but recovers it. Johansson eyes the shot, and as she goes to the lane, she gets tripped. And the foul will be whistled against Glenwood. And it will be called against Kate Hughes.
It's one thing that Dallas Center Grimes has a lot of depth on that bench, so they can run players in and out.
We've talked about Minor and Hop, the 2 key players for their team. Both give good size at 6 foot. Violation on the turnover gives it back to the Glenwood Rams. Rams try to extend an 8-2 run.
And they both have size, but different types of players, different skill sets. And as you had mentioned at the beginning of the ball game, both going on and going to play Division I South Dakota State for Jenna Hop and St. Thomas for Minor.
Rams right back in the ball game after trailing early 8-0. Nanfito looks for help. Out front it comes to Hughes. With 11 on the shot clock, the 3 won't go by Kate Hughes, who is a 32% three-point shooter. And walking it up is Josie Lampe.
Shot clock is off. See if they pull it out, which it looks like they might be doing here.
Dallas Center Grimes trying to up a 2-point lead as the quarter draws to a close. The screen set, the drive by Bickford. She gets it out to Lampe. Lampe misses the 3. Rebound run down by Glenwood. They have to hurry and they won't get a shot away. 1 quarter is over in this first 4A quarterfinal. It's a 2-point ball game. Dallas Center Grimes 12 and Glenwood 10. We'll return in a moment as you're watching the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy right here at Wells Fargo Arena.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Fans, Central College has you covered with career building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Dallas Center Grimes 2-point lead as we begin the second quarter. Dallas Center Grimes takes about 43% of their shots behind the 3-point line, and Glenwood a little bit more at 47% of their shots. So both these teams like the threes, but the threes haven't been falling early for Dallas Center Grimes. They've got just 1 of them and just 2 so far for Glenwood.
And that's one of the things that Coach Rasmussen wanted to change when he came to Glenwood. He went in on their first meeting and asked how many of the players could shoot a 3, and about half the hands went up, and he goes, well, guess what? Everybody's going to learn to shoot 3s. We're going to be a 3-point shooting ball club. And they have evolved into that, and that's kind of their mark, and that's something that they like to do.
Hop ties the score at a dozen with her second basket of the game. In the corner, Johansson nails a three.
That corner has been very kind to the Mustangs here in this ball game so far. They've knocked down a couple from over there.
At the top, it is Kate Hughes, the 5'5 senior. Lobbing it inside, looking, but the pass was awry, and it's intercepted and put up there and in by Vanessa Pickford.
Yeah, and that's where not the pump fake, but the jump stop comes into effect. And she used it correctly in the right way and allowed the defense to go by and then had the easy look.
Hughes, the point guard, handling the basketball. About 2/3 of her shots behind the three-point arc, and she's really worked hard on her shooting. Hop's got range also, but not this time. Hop has hit 32 threes on the season.
Yeah, Hop has a pretty good skill set. I mean, she can score at all levels. We just saw she can shoot it from the outside. She's going to pick up the foul there, tried to stand in and take the charge. But I think she's really most effective when she's off the bounce, when she can put it on the ground, pull up mid-range, or take it all the way to the hoop.
So Lampy will go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. She's a player who, as a junior, terrific improvement over her sophomore season.
Yeah, and that's, I think just the way that this Dallas Center Grimes program has been built, and you see these players come in, and the younger players have come up through the system. They just continually prove each and every year.
It's an 8-0 run for the Mustangs after the first basket of the quarter was scored by Glenwood.
You get back to even, you jump to the lead, and then all of a sudden you let your opponent come back and get that big run again.
Arnold lowers his shoulder and gets her second foul. The Mustangs try to continue their 8-0 run as inbounding it will be Emma Miner. Miner in the regional final against Humboldt, 17 points, 7 steals, 4 rebounds. With her long arms, she leads the team in steals, 22 coming in. Kylie Lahar making her first appearance in the ballgame for Dallas Center Grimes. She's number 32.
And I think Miner's going to pick up a foul, going over the top, trying to get that offensive rebound.
Her first foul. Fitzgerald applying some backcourt pressure as the Rams inbound. 2.5 minutes played here in the second quarter of this first 4A quarterfinal matchup.
They're trying to figure out ways to get Hop open again. Fitzgerald is on Hop, and then you could see the double team come, and so she had to give it up, and they're trying to get it out of her hands, and they've done a really nice job of that.
They really have. And again, she comes in averaging 24 points a game, 4th best in the state. Held her to 4 thus far. 5 on the shot clock. Hughes knows that. Bad spacing that time, and the shot won't go by Hop, but at least she hit the rim.
Boy, and that was left-handed, too.
I know.
So, she knew the clock was winding down. They were in trouble, and just grabbed the ball and put it up on the rim, at least drew iron, but couldn't get the offensive rebound.
Finley Fitzgerald, a starter this year, the 6th player last year bringing it up. She's going to play in college ball, but has not decided quite where yet. Almost an interception, but it's picked up by Miner. Miner shovels inside. The shot won't go by Fitzgerald. The follow shot's there by Miner. It's an and one opportunity for her as she gets her first basket.
It's always those second chance opportunities. There's the hustle. There's going after the loose basketball. Somebody gets it, puts it up. More often than not, they get fouled, and they get to the free throw line for the and one.
And Jenna Hop has her second foul, and that could be a key factor down the stretch.
They might be going to the bench to get her out for just a little bit.
An 11-point run for Dallas Center Grimes after Glenwood had tied the game in the first minute of the second quarter. Here's Hop in traffic, firing and scoring. Good defense there. She just used her height to take advantage.
Better offense. I mean, there were 3 defenders right there lined up across the lane, and she hit that step-back jumper.
Fitzgerald with a floater that scores. A 9-point effort by Finley Fitzgerald to open the ball game.
Yeah, Fitzgerald is doing it on the offensive end and then gets the defensive duties of guarding Jenna Hop.
Glenwood turnover changes for both teams as it's Molly Williams, number 4, into the lineup for the first time for Glenwood.
They don't go deep, Glenwood, and they knew, Coach Rasmussen knew that they might have to use a few other players just because of the length of the floor, making sure you keep your players fresh. So you're going to see some players off the bench get a couple of minutes here and there.
Lampy back into the lineup for the Mustangs. Minor for 3. And the flat-footed rebound comes to Jenna Hop. Hop hands to Hughes. Hughes eyed a 3, decided not to. Nanfito now with the ball on the wing to Hughes. And Lauren Hughes misfiring, and the rebound is grabbed by Lampy. Minor with the kick. Baseline shot is short by Johansson. Game being played right now at maybe a Dallas Center Grimes pace.
Yeah, it looks like they want to attack and they want to try to score as quickly as possible. And just kind of felt as Jenna Hop was bringing that ball down the floor, I kind of felt like this was a moment when she was going to take things into her own hands. She was going to attack, didn't want to give it up, and not necessarily get the ball back because of the way that they were defending her.
So now Minor has her second foul as she gets up off the deck, and so both the leading scorers for their teams have 2 fouls apiece.
Boy, just a nice little step-in 3, and nobody came out to guard her. She was beyond the three-point surge. She was way out at the other arc for the three-pointer, knocked it down.
Her second 3 of the ball game. An open look for a 3 that won't go by Sydney Miller. Scramble on the floor, and the officials will rule a tie ball, and this time it will be Glenwood basketball. First, Kayla Rice, a good 3-point shooter, back onto the floor for DCG. Substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT, IMTINS.com. We've got a timeout on the floor with 2:33 left to play in the first half. Back with more in a moment. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Dallas Center Grimes has opened an 8-point lead over Glenwood. That equals their second biggest lead of the ball game. They led a moment ago by 11.
Well, Glenwood has gotten a couple of stops. They've chipped away at it. Still have 2 minutes, 30 seconds left before halftime. They're thinking if we can get it down into a comfortable range, then they're going to be pretty satisfied going into the locker room.
Hop stays on the floor with 2 fouls, but Minor, with her 2 fouls, is out of the lineup right now for DCG. Lauren Hughes missing the three-pointer from the top.
And they're going to have to go to that. They're going to have to rely on those three-point shooters from the perimeter and then get Hop into position to rebound the ball off the rim. She's getting pushed a little too far underneath the basket and can't get good position to pull a rebound.
Johansson to the baseline, gives it up from Miller. Miller with a 3 ball that's long. And the battle for the rebound, the ball out of bounds. The officials confer to decide who knocked out of bounds. And they decide it was knocked out by Glenwood. And so it'll be Dallas Center Grimes basketball as Miller checks back out of the lineup for Dallas Center Grimes. Johansson takes the inbound speed, drives and scores. Aubrey Johansson, a Division I softball prospect, great pitcher on a state championship team, scores on the basketball court to give her team a 10-point lead.
Heading to Missouri State, who has a really nice program down there in Springfield. And coached by an Iowa girl, I might add. Holly Hesse is their head coach down there at Missouri State.
Good effort that time to get the tie ball by Josie Lampe. Nope, they rule a foul on Lampe instead. Nope, take it back. Foul instead called on Johansson. So Johansson with her second foul. Fresh shot clock. The inbounds come to Hop. Hop turns, fires, and misses. And the rebound is cleared by Lampe.
You have to believe that Hop has faced double, triple teams all season long, so she knows how to work through that and around it.
Lampe on the handoff to Fitzgerald. Last minute coming up in the first half. Fitzgerald, head and shoulder fake, can't get free. Shot clock inside 10. Long three, left short by Bickford. 14-second differential, shot clock in the end of the first half. Williams, trouble hanging onto the basketball, commits the turnover.
And that's just an unforced turnover. They had the opportunity to get a bucket going in to halftime.
6-second differential now between the end of the first half and the shot clock. DCG, with their biggest lead of the game at 11, could take a 12-point lead with the two-pointer here. Again, this quarter was tied at 12 until Dallas Center Grimes went on an 11-0 run. Clock down to 10. The drive off the front of the iron by Bickford. And Glenwood now has a chance for the last shot of the half. Hop swings it on top for Williams. Williams picks up the loose basketball. 1 second, Hop has to hurry. Counts if it goes, but it does not go. And the first half has come to an end with Dallas Center Grimes holding a 10-point lead. So the top seed in 4A, DCG, with a 27-17 lead over the 8th seed Glenwood as we have reached halftime. We'll be back with more at halftime in a moment as you're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Ladies, the place for you!
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
It's halftime in the 4A quarterfinal matchup between the top seed, Dallas Center Grimes, and the 8th seed, the Glenwood Rams. And at the half, DCG with a lead of 10 at 27-17.
Yeah, DCG came out and started that first half right away on fire. Glenwood got that timeout, settled in, came back, got it tied up, and then DCG went on another little bit of a run. And they have switched up defenses. Both teams have switched up defenses, but primarily we're seeing the Mustangs play that box and one, face guarding Jenna Hopp.
And it's been very effective. Here's Hopp averaging 24 a game, 6 in the first half.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job. Every time she gets it in her hands, they've gotten it out. They've dropped somebody off, double team to help out whoever has had the assignment on her. They've made her get rid of it, and they're wanting the others to beat them from the perimeter.
And for DCG, it is the senior Finley Fitzgerald who leads them in scoring with 9.
And she's doing dual duty today. Not only is she getting some shots and open looks on the offensive end, she gets that assignment of guarding Jenna Hopp on that box and one. So she is kind of that two-way player today for the Mustangs.
So the Mustangs trying to reach the semifinals for the third year in a row against the Glenwood Rams, and it's a 27-17 halftime lead for Dallas Center Grimes. Now we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state basketball tournament. Earlier this week, Aaron Kirtley of the IGHSAU had the opportunity to speak with Iowa Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes across the state.
Thanks for joining us for the 2023 Girls State Basketball Tournament. I'm Aaron Kirtley with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We hope you're enjoying all the competitive play that you're seeing here today. We're so thankful for those who support us and help us put on such great events, none of which are more important than our longtime partner, Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Here with me today is Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Thanks.
So we want to tell the viewers about the Iowa Farm Bureau and the support that you provide the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Why does the Iowa Farm Bureau invest in supporting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union in all of our tournament games?
The Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for 18 years. We're thrilled to once again be a part of the state girls basketball tournament. But to us, it's so much more than just a basketball tournament. The athletes competing here today are among the nation's best and brightest student athletes who have a great work ethic and understand what it means to work as a team. We share the same values. Through hard work, our farmers are among the nation's best, not only in corn, hog, egg, and ethanol production, but also lead the nation in conservation. That's a lot to celebrate. And our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to honor both.
So your support for youth and education goes beyond the IGHSAU. What other support does Iowa Farm Bureau provide Iowa's youth?
Farm Bureau celebrates Iowa's youth in many different ways. Number one, Iowa Farm Bureau, we give our students across the state nearly $500,000 in scholarships every single year. And through our teacher supplement program, we've given teachers over $450,000 in supplies and money so that they can properly have their classrooms put together for their students. In conjunction with the Girls Union and the Boys Athletic Association, we're proud to sponsor the concussion insurance. You know, there's only 7 states that even offer that. And for the 4th year running, we provide that for those student athletes at no cost to their families so that they continue to compete at a high level. And most recently, we're really excited to announce that we've given the FFA Foundation $1 million so that they can support their local chapters and ag education across this entire state so that they know what the future of agriculture means to everyday Iowans.
The student athletes participating this year are taking home some pretty neat souvenirs from this tournament. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of our favorite programs is actually the Signature Ball program. And it's a great opportunity that every student competing here today gets to have one of those signature balls so that they can have their teammates, their coaches, and mentors sign this ball so that they can carry this memory forward for them long into the future.
Well, thanks again to our proud title sponsor, Farm Bureau, and for Brent for being with us today.
Yep.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
All right, Frank, the store is yours. See you Monday.
What do you think he does in there? Think it's risky? I forgot my phone. And now you know what happens on Sundays.
Fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. At the half, a 10-point lead for the top seed Dallas Center Grimes in his first 4A quarterfinal. And Laura, let's look at the numbers in the first half of play.
Well, you look at the shooting is 33% for Glenwood, and Jenna Hopp has only had 7 opportunities to get a look at the basket. So Dallas Center Grimes is doing a nice job on shutting her down. They're shooting, Dallas Center Grimes shooting right at 39%. The thing that to me is most impressive is the fact that 5 players and all 5 starters for Dallas Center Grimes have contributed to the scoring column, and they've only turned it over 3 times. The rebounding totals pretty even with 5 offensive rebounds for Dallas Center Grimes. So, Glenwood's going to have to get Jenna Hopp going. They're going to have to figure out a way to get the ball in her hands. If not, the perimeter shooters are going to have to start stepping up and knocking shots down.
And again, she averages 17 shots a ball game, had just 7 in the first half. So obviously, need to find a way to get that done.
And that's, I'm sure they talked about that at halftime, and I'm sure they have a good game plan here for the second half.
Second half coming up, you're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Slade's the place for you!
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Center Grimes with a 27-17 halftime lead as we begin the third quarter.
Well, if you're Glenwood, you're going to have to come out and I think play with a lot of intensity, make a big run here, and set the tone for the second half. They're going to have to figure out, and we've talked about it, get Jenna Hop involved. Dallas Center Grimes is probably not going to change up much of what they've done defensively, and they're going to continue to run their offense the way they have run it. And talked about keys, what they wanted to do prior to the ball game, push the ball. Dallas Center Grimes is doing that. I think they're pushing the tempo, create mismatches, and they've done that at times. And Glenwood make good choices on offense, and they're going to have to do that here in the second half. Make some good choices, and then once they can climb back into this ball game, dictate the pace and how the rest of the game is going to be played.
Emma Miner, the 4-year starter for Dallas Center Grimes and a 1,000-point scorer, will inbound to start the third quarter. This is Vanessa Bickford, who had 4 points in that first half and 3 assists. Fitzgerald, who was the leading scorer with 9, backs up and fires and scores.
They just patiently took their time to see what Glenwood was set up defensively. Nobody came up to pick up Fitzgerald, and she just pulled up and knocked it down.
Biggest lead of the afternoon for the Mustangs. Down the lane, Hop, too high off the glass. And down with the rebound is Bickford. Fitzgerald is having a really good ball game, gets it back on top to Lampe. Lampe takes the screen from Bickford. Now Lampe clear but decided not to shoot. Instead, Fitzgerald will put it up. And the rebound taken by Hop. Hop all tournament here last year. Nice lead feed. Unable to convert, though, is Lauren Hughes.
They've had a couple of opportunities trying to get that running game going, just have been a little too strong with the shot.
On the wing, it is Johansson. This is Lampe, open for 3.
They just aren't rotating over. The defense doesn't seem to have the little hop in their step to move around. They're not flying to the ball.
Lampe averaging almost 5 points a ball game, has 9 today already. Fitzgerald on the miss, and then a foul call trying to get the rebound back is Vanessa Bickford.
Fitzgerald knows she missed an opportunity. Hop was right there, knowing she's got a couple of fouls, didn't want to pick up another one early in the second half, so kind of gave a cursory flyby, and Fitzgerald missed that layup, and they pick up the foul and are going the other way.
Kate Hughes brings the ball into the offensive end. This is her cousin, Lauren Hughes. And now Nanfito with it. As the Hughes cousins provide the good outside scoring ability for Glenwood, and the ball out of bounds on the turnover. That the 8th turnover of the ball game against Glenwood. Meanwhile, just 3 turnovers for Dallas Center Grimes so far.
And at the pace that they play, that's impressive that they've only turned it over 3 times.
Finley Fitzgerald, who again will play next year in college someplace, not sure where yet, but somebody's going to get a good one.
Yeah, somebody's going to get, I know Wayne State has offered her. She hasn't made a decision yet, but whoever gets her is going to get somebody that is a relentless defender that can score. She's a great two-way player.
Got a good assist there on the basket to Johansson. And on the turnover, which the Rams committed only 7 in the first half and 2 early in the third quarter, and Dallas Center Grimes the chance to stretch what is their biggest lead of the ball game. Biggest lead at halftime was in the first half was 12, and they've expanded it to 17. Open look. Won't go for Johansson. Hop with the rebound. Hop described by her coach, Brian Rasmussen, as a game changer for the Glenwood program.
Yeah, she has come in and, that has helped build the younger interest up, the younger players in the middle school and grade schools. They're all want to be like Jenna. That's kind of the theme, like be like Mike, well, be like Jenna. And not only is she a good basketball player, but she is so good for the community as well, is really good to those young players coming up through the ranks, and it's a big part of what she's about, and community is very important to her, and that was part of the reason that they feel like, maybe she chose South Dakota State, that Brookings has that kind of a feel for her.
Down the lane to the basket to score, and a nice move is Danica Arnold, her second basket of the ball game.
Again, she needs to maybe do that a little bit more, put the pressure on, put the ball on the floor, and get that dribble drive, but the Mustangs come right back with a nice pass over the top for an easy bucket.
Johansson spots Fitzgerald for the easy pair. The three ball won't go by Lauren Hughes. Minor running the floor, gets into the paint and scores.
You can get Minor out ahead and get her the ball where she can maneuver, put the ball on the floor, use her good footwork to get her a bucket. She's going to be tough to stop.
Brian Rasmussen senses that's kind of a do-or-die time for his team midway through the third quarter. 38-19, Dallas Center Grimes with the lead. We'll be back with more in a moment as you're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Center Grimes trying to advance to the semifinals for the third year in a row. Biggest lead of the ball game. They've doubled up on Glenwood. The winner of this one gets to take on the Ballard Decorah winner. That game coming up later on this afternoon in the next game, and then at 5 o'clock on Thursday, they are upper bracket semifinal.
Well, the Mustangs certainly have come out and set the tone here in the third quarter of what this second half is all about, and they have not held back at all. They have attacked offensively and have adjusted as a different look of what Glenwood was showing defensively, and they have adjusted to it very easily.
Kate Hughes around the top for Hop. Hop, who's played with 2 fouls, doing a good job not picking up her third. Slices in, leaves it on the rim, and there for the rebound is Finley Fitzgerald, playing one of her better ball games of the season. Nice move to score by Bickford. That her 6th point and a 21-point advantage for the top seed Dallas Center Grimes.
Just put the ball on the floor, full head of steam, took it right to the hoop.
Hop leaves it short. Minor there for the rebound.
She's trying to find her shots, trying to get open, but they are tracking her everywhere she goes.
Back-to-back baskets by Bickford.
Bickford now on fire, as you had mentioned. She is a team leader in assists, but now getting her points here back-to-back.
Hughes to Arnold for 2. Foul whistled against Glenwood.
Minor running the floor, and they get the ball up to her. She does that so well. As soon as the ball is pulled off the rim, she's turning and heading to the hoop on the other end.
And it is number 3 for Jenna Hop. Minor with her 6th point. Her coach, Adam Jones, says Minor is a 1,000-point scorer. Were she not such a team player, she could easily be a 1,500-point scorer.
Yeah, and I think that that's a big part of this Mustang team is they work so well together. They're unselfish and just work together as a team where they do have that balanced scoring.
DCG sticks with the zone defense that they've been in all day. Nanfito with the miss from the baseline. The ball saved right back to DCG. Bickford with the lead feed for Minor. Minor tries to shovel in a crowd. Nice job picking it up and putting in by Fitzgerald. Somehow she found it among that forest of arms and legs and found the handle and put it in.
Wow, what a play. I mean, first of all, nice pass inside by Minor, and then Fitzgerald able to find the handle on it and contort her body to get a look at the hoop.
Lauren Hughes with her 2nd basket, and it's a block by Hop.
Rice hustling down, and you can tell Dallas Center Grimes in the running mood. They are pushing tempo, but Jenna Hopp right there to swat that one away.
Hopp really a good defensive player. She averages almost 5 steals a ball game.
Now everything is clicking now for DCG. They are hitting from the inside, the outside. They've got the running game going as well.
And they have just dominated quarter number 3. Here's a steal by Kayla Rice. Minor front court, but the minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Sydney Miller back in the lineup.
You can see nobody in the middle now for the Mustangs. Now Minor steps inside, but they're playing 5 out against this zone.
Fitzgerald attacks. One of her rare misses today. Hop there for the rebound. Gives it up for Kate Hughes. Hughes finding Nanfito. Hughes would love to get open for those threes, but the Rams finding that the defense is coming out on her, and she's not getting those three-point looks she did in the first half. Open look for Bickford. And the rebound comes to Arnold. Lead feed for Hughes. Lays it in, count it, and a foul on Bickford.
One of the few runouts that Glenwood has been able to get. They get the push ahead, and trailing the play was Bickford. Gets her across the arm, and Kate Hughes is going to go to the free throw line.
Johansson and Lahaz onto the floor for Dallas Center Grimes. Substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Kate Hughes looking for her 9th point of the ball game. The offensive rebound by Hopp.
Kind of a spark that they might have needed that might help get them jump-started here for the fourth quarter.
Final half minute, third quarter. 2-second differential, shot clock, and the end of the third quarter. And the Mustangs play for the last shot. Shot clock down to 10. Shot clock at 5. The kick off the baseline. The shot won't go by Miller. And that's the way the third quarter comes to an end. Dallas Center Grimes up by 10 points at the end of the half, have extended the lead to 20 as we go to the fourth. It's Dallas Center Grimes 48 and Glenwood 28. Back with more basketball. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
The Iowa Bankers Association is the proud sponsor of the Parade of Champions and the Iowa Student Achievement Award. Dallas Center Grimes outscores Glenwood 21-11 in the third quarter to open a 20-point lead as we go to the fourth period.
One of these teams was going to have to take charge. Either it was going to be Glenwood that was going to make the comeback and set the tone for the second half. Instead, it was the Mustangs that came out and just put it into another gear and had a big third quarter to get big separation from Glenwood.
Arnold inbounds to Hopp, who begins his fourth quarter with 3 fouls. Kate Hughes on the dribble. Then Thito brings it out. Again, the defense forcing a long try by Hughes that won't go. Up with the rebound, Bickford. She's got a bunch of those today.
Yeah, she really has. And this whole Mustang team has gone to the glass so hard, both offensively and defensively.
Miller spins, looks for some help. On top of it is Kayla Rice. Shot clock now at 8. Rice can hit from there, but decides to drive the paint instead. Loses the basketball, but it's picked up, and the shot would count if it goes. And no, it won't. Shot came after the shot clock had expired.
Yeah, I thought that was just a little bit of a late trigger and didn't draw any iron, and so thus the turnover. And you have to believe that Dallas Center Grimes is going to be very, very patient on the offensive end. They're going to use every bit of the shot clock.
Minor back in for LaHaas. Again, this is the first year that we've seen the shot clock at the state tournament. First year it was used in girls basketball. And I think to good reviews for the most part, don't you?
I think so. I think I honestly can say that I have not heard anybody complain about it, that it's altered the game in any way. And as a matter of fact, most coaches you talk to say, boy, we haven't really had an issue with it. We've been seeming to score within that time frame of that 35-second shot clock, and it hasn't affected the way that we run our offense.
It's really improved the last 3 or 4 minutes of 10 or 12-point differentials, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, because you could have ball games and all season long where you get that 8-point lead, that 10-point lead, and have the team that's ahead stall the entire quarter, and now you can't do that. You're going to make them play it to the final horn, and I think most people appreciate that and like it.
Speaking of shot clock, 6 seconds for Dallas Center Grimes to shoot. Minor puts up the shot. Rice trying to knock the ball away from Manfito, but she got control. Hop drives and is fouled on the floor.
Got a glimpse of what Jenna Hop can do with her ball handling ability. Nice little crossover to get her away from the two defenders that are trailing her all over the floor.
Lampy and Fitzgerald back onto the court for Dallas Center Grimes, and that combination has been good for 22 points today.
Yeah, that's kind of been the 1-2 punch for him here.
Hop drills a three.
Finally got a little bit of daylight to rise up and knock down a three, and now they're extending that defense a little bit more, knowing that DCG is going to hang on to the ball.
Minor the skip pass, they move it quickly to Lampy.
And they didn't hang on to it that time, and Lampy with 12 points now, 3 of 5 from three-point range.
And quickly down the floor, Arnold with the basket. That is 6 points second half for her.
Arnold has done a good job of slashing, cutting, getting herself into position to score really good off the bounce.
From the high post, the pass comes to Bickford. Her three is long. The offensive rebound to Minor. Bringing it back out is Rice. Exactly 5 to play in the first 4A quarterfinal matchup. Bickford going to let a little time run down. Brings it to the outside. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. But again, DCG in no hurry. They'll run it down to about 7, and now they'll look for a basket. Here's the drive by Bickford off the left hand and on the glass and down.
What a great job of body control as Bickford goes inside, saw the defense rotate over, and pulls up and just hits that little floater off the glass.
Almost midway through the fourth quarter, the fall away won't go by Hop. Hop likely playing her final game for the Rams and wrapping up a tremendous career. Fitzgerald has it blocked by Hop. Boy, Hop is giving her all here in the second half, trying to will her team back into this one.
She did a really nice job defensively. She went up the first time, didn't get the block, stayed with it, and Fitzgerald gave the ball fake, but Hop stayed right within herself and was able to get the block as she went back up.
Timeout with a 20-point lead for the top seed Dallas Center Grimes. Back with more in a moment. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Grimes well on their way to a semifinal berth for the third year in a row. Next game, Ballard against Decorah. And you got the feeling the Mustangs have got to be rooting for Ballard in that one because there's some retribution there that they would like to get.
Yeah, loss earlier in the season. And even if you go back a couple of years, they lost to Ballard in the semifinals. And so they're looking forward to that one. They didn't want to look past this one. But they knew that who was waiting on the other side of that bracket, they might have a chance to get a little revenge.
DCG's only losses this year in the first game of the year to Ballard, 56-48. They lost to the top seed in 5A Johnston by only 7, and they lost at Ankeny, which was a regional finalist, 61-44. Those are the only 3 losses. Manfino missing on the 3. And a solid collision, and that's going to leave Hop getting up very slowly.
She grabbed her hand and grabbed her thumb as she went for that ball, and that's her shooting hand as well. So hopefully it is not an injury that's going to linger for her, but you can tell that she is looking at that hand. We'll see how things go as she goes further in this ball game.
Well, you know, in this what is likely her final game at Glenwood, she does not want to come out.
No, not at all. And you can see she's continued to give the effort as she dove for that loose ball.
Again, DCG with this big lead, taking a little bit of time off the shot clock. Minor being chased on the defense. Shot off the baseline by Fitzgerald, rims in. What a game for Finley Fitzgerald. 17 points for her.
She really has had a nice ball game right from the beginning, right from the outset. She knocked down a couple of shots and has not slowed down since.
Hop goes to the floor, and she will go to the line. Minor with her third foul. So Jenna Hop, who's 71% from the free throw line, but she goes there often enough that she is number 3 in the state in made free throws. And as I say that, the 71% free throw shooter with an air ball, and you got to wonder about the hand and how that affected that shot.
It is, and she turned to the bench and said something like, I don't know if I can shoot this or not, and I think she's going to give it a go. She may shoot this one left-handed.
Meanwhile, one of the officials over talking with head coach Brian Rasmussen about could they substitute with her for the second free throw, and they're going to do that. And they're going to send Kaylin Book in to shoot the free throw. And so it may be a curtain call for Jenna Hop, winding up a great career at Glenwood.
Yeah, really nice career, and she is going to go on and have a really good college career, going to a nice program at South Dakota State, and they have consistently been in the NCAA tournament and play a really tough non-conference schedule, so she's going to see a lot of good competition.
Lauren Stanislav shot the free throw for her, and Book also would come in at the timeout or the discussion over the second free throw. A lot of things to admire about Jenna Hop, including her last stint there where she really just didn't want to leave the lineup.
Yeah, she stepped to the line, and I thought when she got that shot down low and got fouled, I thought, okay, maybe the thumb feels okay. Maybe everything's good, but you could tell when she stepped to the line, didn't even draw iron, you knew that she is hurting.
Molly Williams back in for Glenwood, and Lauren Stanislav will leave. Minor quickly into the offensive end. As the shot clock down to 25 and the game clock under 3 minutes. And there's a foul up top called against Danica Arnold, her fourth. So coming up next, it's Ballard and Decorah. Ballard 18-3. They're the 4th seed. Decorah 21-2. They are the 5th seed. And then the lower bracket this afternoon, North Polk, the 2nd seed against the 7th seed, Clear Creek Amana, followed by Bishop Heelan against Cedar Rapids Xavier. Foul called against Arnold. I believe that's number 5 for her. It is. So Danica Arnold, whose sister Brinley was an outstanding player in this Glenwood program, a much different player at 6'3" compared to the 5'9" Arnold. And Sister Brinley, after starting 4 years, now playing volleyball at Omaha.
Yeah, you watch Brinley play on the basketball court, and if you're a basketball fan, you go, wow, she could be a really good collegiate basketball player. But, you know, there's a lot of young women that play both volleyball and basketball and have to make that decision. And she was a pretty special player for Glenwood in the middle. And as you said, her sister Danica, just a little bit different type of player, smaller player, but has kind of stepped out of the shadows of her sister and made a name for herself this season.
And she will be back next year when the Rams hope to make it 5 years in a row at the state tournament.
Well, and I think with the way that they have built those younger programs and the younger players, those upcoming kids are going to want to continue the tradition of making the trip to Des Moines for the state tournament.
Williams got the block, and now Hughes gets the foul. 2:05 left to play. And then Dallas Center Grimes will advance to the semifinals for the 3rd year in a row. 2 years ago, you mentioned they lost in the semis to the state champion Ballard. And then last year, a triple overtime loss to Cedar Rapids Xavier.
That was one heck of a game. Triple overtime and exciting, and just could not pull that one out, and looking to get beyond the semifinals this year.
Long rebound comes to Williams. Tries to get past Minor and does, and then gets fouled. Minor's 4th foul will send Molly Williams to the line for a chance at an and one. Wrapping up her Glenwood career as she is a senior. Sydney Mintz comes into the lineup for Dallas Center Grimes, the 6'1" senior, seeing her first action of the ball game. Fitzgerald and Johansson, 2 starters, leave. And the shot will not go for the chance at a 3-point play. Tie up for the battle for the loose basketball. It's going to keep it in the Glenwood end.
They have to be impressed with the fight of Glenwood. They have not given up. They continue to battle for loose basketballs.
Their season for Brian Rasmussen is going to end up at 16-7. They are co-champs of the Hawkeye 10 Conference. So a good year involving their 4th state trip to state. But it falls short today.
And they dealt with some injuries throughout the season that left them with a short bench. They had a player that tore ACL. They had another one that had a shoulder injury, a foot injury. So that limited 3 of their players that they potentially would have been using throughout the entire season.
3rd 3 of the ball game for Kate Hughes. She has 11 points. $16-point lead for the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, who've led by as many as 20 in this ball game. And going back, remember, at the end of a quarter, it was a 2-point lead for Dallas Center Grimes. Glenwood tied it at 12. Then a long run by Dallas Center Grimes, and they have not looked back. Shot clock winding down. Baseline drive, not good by Kayla Rice, but she gets fouled and will go to the line.
They milked the clock down as much as they possibly could and then attack and draw the foul.
Rice, a junior, but has already committed to Rockhurst College in Kansas City to continue her basketball career. Speaking of injuries, she tore her ACL last spring, but was able to come back not at the start of practice, but around December 1st.
Yeah, right around December, and worked hard to get back in basketball shape. You can see that she's got the knee brace on and able to get back into the lineup to be able to play here.
Knocks down a couple of free throws for her first 2 points of the ball game. So Dallas Center Grimes, the top seed, will win their 10th ball game in a row, and they will advance. And during this 10-game winning streak, they've not given up any more than 45 points in a ball game. So their defense solid again today.
And it is one that's one of those is they're always right there in your side pocket, your hip pocket, your back pocket, wherever. And today we saw that the way they ran things, they face guarded. They had a double team anywhere Jenna Hopp was and were able to shut her down for the most part and wanted the rest of the team to be able to beat them.
Mainz locks a shot that doesn't go, and the ball will go back to the Rams. As both coaches emptying their benches now. In for the Rams, Molly Williams, who's seen action before. Final 13 seconds. About to unfold, and DCG will go to 21-3 on the year with that 10-game winning streak. The champs of the Little Hawkeye Conference into the semifinals for the third year in a row.
Hoping that third time's a charm for them, that they can get to that title game on Saturday.
Adam Jones, no doubt about it, has a very good basketball team, and certainly a chance at a championship awaits Dallas Center Grimes.
Yeah, I think so. The way they played today, they show they have a little bit of everything. They've got good defense. They've got well-balanced offense. A lot of players that can score, and that's the defense, though, you know, as they always say, defense wins you championships, and they've got pretty solid defense.
We mentioned they were ahead by 2 at the end of a quarter, opened up a 10-point halftime lead and a 20-point third quarter lead, but really never looked back after that 11-0 run.
It was the start of the third quarter that really propelled them to the big lead, and then they could maybe sit back a little bit and coast to get this victory.
And so the Rams end their season at 16-9, and again, Dallas Center Grimes advances to the winner of Ballard against Decorah. Let's go to our public address announcer for the awards presentation.
Basketball, provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations, head coach Brian Rasmussen and the Rams of Glenwood for an outstanding basketball season. And now, Emma Miner advances her team to the next round of the official bracket at center court. Mustang fans, your team advances to the 4A semifinals and will play the winner of Ballard and Decorah on Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you for coming out today and watching and supporting your favorite team.
So on behalf of Laura Leonard and our producer, Jose Guzman, all of us here in Des Moines, I'm Larry Morgan. Thank you for watching live coverage of the 2023 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.